Hey guys, it's Cora Ross and welcome to 6 News. So today we have a designer note blog for pre-season. So this is going to show us some pretty major changes coming to the operators that we already know in the game. And also, we might have the name of the attacker. Some people on Reddit have figured out that he might actually be called Maverick. So of course he's a US operator. That would be a pretty good name, I think. So kind of interested if that ends up being the case. We'll probably get teasers for him tomorrow, maybe a GIF, maybe a video the day after with his blog, but we'll have to wait and see. I hope it all comes tomorrow. But let's talk about this designer's notes for the pre-season. So we will have a few changes that will have an impact on gameplay, but this will not be a major balancing patch. These changes will come with Year 3 Season 3 and will be available for the test server for Year 3 Season 3. So of course that's Grim Sky. It'll probably go live like 2 days after the reveal. So that's how it's going to go probably. And then it'll be up for 2 weeks. And then that means release the new season about the 4th of September, roughly. So Thatcher. We knew that they were going towards the kind of path of his EMPs disabling things more than destroying them, and certainly the case. So EMP grenades will now disable rather than destroy cameras. And of course, we already had that with the bulletproof cams, but this will be the default cameras on the map. Now, I wouldn't say this is the biggest of changes, and I'm probably not going to notice it much, but definitely kind of sucks, I guess. You could get those extra points, and I don't know what it really does gameplay wise, because like I say, it's not a huge importance. Like, it's not like I'm ever throwing an EMP to take out a camera. So as we noted in our previous AMA, Thatcher's binary playstyle is somewhat limiting, and we adjusted his gadget to allow for additional creativity and have a longer lasting impact on the meta. His EMP grenades will now temporarily disable cameras. This includes security cameras, bulletproof cameras, Maestro's turrets, and Valkyrie cams. The only one that really changes is the normal security cams and the Valkyrie cams. I could certainly see that being a nice thing for Valkyrie, because I've taken quite a few Valkyrie cams with EMPs. So maybe that might be the more major gameplay change, I think. This is part of a larger project that we are working on, but have too many dependencies on current systems to implement this at the same time as the rest of the changes. Future changes will include elements that will make Thatcher stronger, but we will need this interaction in place before we can begin working on those. Really interesting. So I expect more things are going to get disabled, but of course, wonder what the stronger elements are for Thatcher. That could be just about anything. I'm not sure what they could do. They could completely change how the EMP works. And yeah, I'm curious. But of course, this means we're not going to see this until maybe mid-season at the earliest. So this is an interesting one. Twitch. So her shock drone going to make more noise. So they took down the amount of shots this thing had because they wanted people to use it more as a recon device. And I guess now they're using it as a really good recon device, so it now needs to make some noise. Yeah, a little nerf there. Not a huge one again, but it is certainly a nerf. They'll be increasing the amount of noise made by Twitch's shock drone, as players had too much trouble hearing the drone even in extremely quiet situations. It is still very discreet and quieter than other drones. Their goal is to help players that are paying attention to be able to pick up the audio cue from the drone when it is moving. Well. Yeah, again, just like the Thatcher one right now, not that big a difference. So probably not going to be too bad. Weapon sight misalignment. So of course I've got a video on this. They actually put out a blog detailing it already. So weapons will no longer interact with your field of view. And they're just doing that by having the reticle stay in the middle of your screen all the time. Even that means the recoil is still the same, your screen's moving around, but it just means that your aim is going to be much more accurate when you fire. So it's not going to make your guns easier to shoot. It's going to be exactly the same. It's going to feel pretty much exactly the same as it does now. but it just means it's going to be more accurate when that bullet actually comes out your gun. It's going to go straight towards where that sight is aiming. So if you can keep your sight on the target while the screen's moving around, then you can certainly hit that target and much more consistently. But it's not going to make it any easier. So yeah, our goal is to offer a clean, tight shooting system that enables our players to showcase their skills without rewarding players with a headshot when aiming at the torso. Of course, the recoil still might, if it is going to be the same recoil, so you could still end up just aiming at the torso and the recoil will pull up your gun and shoot someone in the head. That's still possible, but it means that like the left and right of that recoil will probably not be as good now because your bullet won't be slightly off target. So your reticle might be slightly to the left if you're not controlling that recoil good, and you might end up missing. So have to wait and see. The implementation of this change will also be a starting point for re-evaluating all weapons. We will share more information about any future weapon changes prior to there being implementation going live. Now that's probably because they had to go in and manually recreate all the recoils again. So that probably means they can now go in and tweak it as much as they want. So yeah, I guess they're going to go through different weapons and change their recoils in the future. But probably, like considering how long it took us to get this, it could still be really far away before getting that recoil changes. But interesting. So current status. So Finca. So following the changes to Finca experienced in patch 2.2, we have seen a positive result. As of right now, her win delta has dropped to 1.7, bringing her more in line with other operators, and our pick rate has slightly increased. We are happy with the results of the changes that were made, but we're going to continue monitoring her performance should anything change, as well as keep an eye on how she is performing in Pro League. So sounds like Finca for the now is done getting any changes. That'll be her for the moment. So yeah, that's all set in stone, I guess, for now. We'll see. We have seen an interesting increase in the win delta for Capcan and Frost in the last few weeks. Now I think that's probably because old players are coming back. It's getting to the end of the season. Maybe people want to get ranked up. Maybe people want to get kind of started again before the the new season coming into effect. And I guess they're getting better win deltas because people are just falling in traps really easy right now. We aren't sure why this happened, but to dedicated Frost and Capcom mains out there, keep doing great things. We see you. We see you, but we're not actually changing either of these operators to make them better. So yeah, we'll see. I think that is probably just because like old players are coming back and they're getting trapped in those traps that they've forgotten about. And then as time goes on, those players will probably drop off again or get wiser to the traps. But I guess we'll have to wait and see. And I guess they're going to continue to monitor that. So that is the designer notes for the pre-season. We've got Thatcher change, very minor, but obviously that's a big change that's coming to him in the future. We've got the Twitch change, which is pretty tiny as well. But I guess for really good players with like really good setups, that's probably going to be a nice bonus. And I guess it means that Twitchstone has been doing a good job being like a silent recon. The weapon sight misalignment, which we already knew about, so that's coming with the new season, but finding out that we're going to be getting recoil changes in the future, which is really cool. And Finca's not getting changed, and Frost and Capcan are better at the moment, but no changes are coming. So yeah, there we go guys, that is the designer notes for the pre-season. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and I'll catch you next time.